Imagine a world where the internet wasn't born in the late 20th century, but instead in the 1800s. What if steam-powered computers and telegraph-based networking had ushered in the digital age a century early? Would we have had social media during the Civil War? Would Abraham Lincoln have been tweeting from the White House? Let's dive in. In our alternate timeline, Charles Babbage successfully completes his analytical engine by the early 1830s, giving birth to the first true mechanical computer. With Ada Lovelace pioneering the first algorithms, an industrial revolution of computing begins. But without silicon chips, how does the internet take shape? Enter the telegraph, a network of wires already spanning continents. What if, instead of just Morse code, the Victorians developed a system for transmitting data? A SteamNet, if you will, powered by mechanical punch cards and massive difference engines, operating like early servers. Fast forward to the 1860s. The United States is at war with itself. But instead of slow, printed newspapers, information spreads instantly through a telegraph-based social media network. Imagine soldiers on the battlefield posting real-time updates to Telegraph Book, an early version of Facebook. Hashtags like Gettysburg and Union Strong start trending. 7 years ago. Emancipation Proclamation, ERI, freedom for all. Would Lincoln have used social media to rally the Union? Would Confederate leaders spread disinformation in response? And what about journalists? Would war reporting evolve into live blogging from the front lines? The United States is at war with itself. But instead of slow printed newspapers, information spreads instantly through a telegraph-based social media network. Imagine soldiers on the battlefield posting real-time updates to Telegraph Book, an early version of Facebook. Hashtags like Gettysburg and Union Strong start trending. 7 years ago. Said Emancipation Proclamation, to freedom for all. Would Lincoln have used social media to rally the Union? Would Confederate leaders spread disinformation in response? And what about journalists? Would war reporting evolve into live blogging from the front lines? With an early internet, information and misinformation travels faster than ever. Could this have shortened wars, or would it have fueled deeper divisions? Would European powers have used this network to intervene in conflicts? And how might this technology have shaped movements like women's suffrage, the Industrial Revolution, or even colonial uprisings? Imagine the possibilities. A world where steam-powered connectivity reshapes history as we know it. If the internet had existed in the 1800s, perhaps we'd have reached the digital age much sooner. Or perhaps the reliance on steam and gears would have created a radically different world. One where the Industrial Revolution blended with the information age in ways we can barely imagine. The press would never be the same. With digital light communications spreading at the speed of steam, public opinion could sway overnight. Political campaigns would take to the SteamNet to reach wider audiences, while activists fighting for abolition or workers' rights could organize with unprecedented speed. With digital light communication spreading at the speed of steam, public opinion could sway overnight. Political campaigns would take to the SteamNet to reach wider audiences, while activists fighting for abolition or workers' rights could organize with unprecedented speed. But with great power comes great responsibility. How would governments regulate this newfound connectivity? Would censorship laws be enacted, or would the era of free information lead to chaos? As information technology advances, would Victorian society stumble upon artificial intelligence-like machines sooner than expected? Would these vast computing networks become self-learning, automating vast amounts of work and even reshaping the nature of labor itself? A world where steam-powered AI assists in diplomacy, scientific research, and even art. How different would our world look today? Beyond communication and politics, what about science and medicine? With an early internet, researchers could share findings instantly across continents. Epidemics like cholera could be tracked and contained faster. Would the advancement of medical knowledge and vaccinations have accelerated, potentially saving millions of lives? Imagine a world where these innovations shape not just our history, but our very existence, redefining the boundaries of scientific and medical possibilities. In a world where data travels faster than ever, global trade and finance would change dramatically. Steam-powered market predictions, real-time commodity tracking, an economic revolution would reshape the balance of power. Would industrial empires rise and fall based on access to this new information highway? What do you think? Would a Victorian internet have changed history for better or worse? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more alternate history explorations.